Hi, it's JB here from the Pure Fishing Product Development Team. We're here on beautiful Lake Macquarie. It's springtime. We're fishing for flathead. Let's have a look at some of the features that make this Soron Stx spinning reel such a winner. One of the unique features about these Soron Stx spinning reels is this fantastic superline spool. Conventional spools just have a metal arbor. This spool has elastomeric or rubber O-rings on the core. It means you can tie your braid line directly into the rubber ring, put about a half a dozen turns across it, and then load up the entire spool with your braid. And that guarantees that the braid line load will not turn under load like it does on conventional spools that have not been backed up with mono. This is a fantastic idea. It's a slightly shallower spool because you don't need the capacity, because the braid is so fine. You'll still get hundreds of metres of line on this spool. Elastomeric superline spool on the STX Soron spinning reel, and it does come with a spare conventional aluminium spool. You can use mono on that, you can use braid on that, but this is the one to use with your braid line. Spools on these Soron reels have a carbon matrix element drag system, very smooth, very little startup inertia, which is super important when you're using light line. You don't want lots of startup inertia, you want a nice smooth drag, and the carbon matrix drag provides that. It is supported on both sides by a corrosion resistant stainless steel bearing, keeps the spool truly aligned on the main shaft, and that again is critical for good drag performance. And on each side of that spool it is shielded with a water resistant O-ring under the drag knob and in underneath the spool. Means that on rough days, rainy days, you're not going to get water intrusion, which really upsets drag systems in spinning reels. Water resistant, carbon matrix drag, Soron STX, smooth performance. The gearbox in any spinning reel is very important, and in the Soron STX we have a set of Dura gears, which means they are precision machined main and pinion gear, supported and running on HPCR bearings, high precision corrosion resistant bearings. They will keep your gearbox running smoothly and in line for the life of the reel. Another great feature on these Soron reels is the oversized bail wire. When you're using fine braid line, it's very important that you trap this line quickly when you go to start your retrieve. The oversized bail wire will turn over more rapidly. It's driven by a long life bail spring which will give you thousands and thousands of casts, faultless performance, trapping that line quickly when you go to start your retrieve. Very important when you're doing a lot of lure casting. Any situation where there's lots of casting involved, you don't want to be worried about the line wrapping around spots where it shouldn't be. The bail wire will pick that up very quickly. An alloy body provides great strength, torsion resistance under winding. You get good alignment on the reel and on the rod all the time, but aluminium does corrode. These bodies have been treated with an X-Craftic finish. They call it X-Craftic alloy, and that means that in harsh saltwater conditions like we have here in Australia, you will get the longest possible life out of this aluminium body. It is resistant, highly resistant to corrosion, and the coating on it is a rubber-based paint, which means that in cold conditions, rainy conditions, the body actually feels warm under your fingers and under your hand when you're using it. Very important. If you're like me, I hate getting cold. This reel feels warmer in bad conditions. Great feature. The handle is also an extremely important part of any reel. This reel has a one-piece machined handle. It means that there's no hinge pivots or pins to corrode, fall out, seize up, and you get a nice soft touch ball bearing driven handle knob on the reel. So all in all, when you're using this entire package in a day's fishing, everything is going to be smooth, precision, all in line, great performance drag. These reels are absolutely awesome. They're around the $200 mark in any tackle store now. There's 5 sizes from trout to offshore. Soron STX spinning reel. If you want to know more about this reel, go to purefishing.com.au. You can have a look at this and all the other stuff that we do here at Pure Fishing.